Amber, a 35-year-old new mother, was wrestling with the weight of motherhood. She didn't have a great example growing up, and she yearned to provide her child with a different, more nurturing upbringing. The absence of a maternal role model left her confused, questioning how to instill the right values and make the best parenting decisions for her child. In search of answers, Amber walked around in the local park, a serene oasis that gave her space to think. As she strolled around and enjoyed the sunlight, she saw a beautiful old lady, her eyes filled with understanding and compassion. When Amber walked past her, the lady smiled at her and greeted her. "Are you looking for answers, my child?" said the woman, with a kind tone in her voice. Amber stopped and started to talk about her worries and thoughts. The woman listened and nodded. She commented a little and seemed to understand what Amber was going through. The old lady spoke with the wisdom of a sage, with a profound sense of tranquility and insight. Amber's heart opened to the woman's presence because she spoke so kind and lovingly. And right there in the park, during this spontaneous meeting, Amber found an unexpected confidant. Her advice focused on self-discovery, understanding that to be a good parent, Amber first had to understand herself. "Let that sink in, my dear Amber," the lady said, "and find me again tomorrow." After that meeting, Amber met the woman 6 times in the park, and each time the woman shared her wisdom with her. The first wisdom: reflective pond. "Dear," the old lady said gently, "before you can guide your child, you must understand yourself. Find a quiet place, like this reflective pond. Gaze upon it, and as your own reflection appears in the water, observe the ripples of your thoughts and feelings. This will help you unearth the essence of your true self, which is the foundation of all your choices." The old lady advised Amber to take a few minutes each day, perhaps during her child's nap time, to sit in a quiet space. Amber could gaze into a reflective surface, or a mirror. As she watched her own reflection, she'd be encouraged to journal her thoughts and feelings. This daily practice allowed her to explore her emotions, making her more aware of her true self, her strengths, and her areas of personal growth. The second wisdom: the enchanted garden. During their next meeting, the wise lady spoke further. "Consider your past, Amber, like a garden overgrown with weeds. To nurture your child, you must tend to your own inner garden. Remove the weeds of unresolved issues and plant seeds of self-acceptance and forgiveness. Your child will thrive when they see you nurture your inner world." Amber took to journaling as a way to tend to her inner garden. In her journal, she wrote about her childhood experiences and the emotions they evoked. As she wrote, she found that it allowed her to process her past and let go of lingering pain and resentment. She planted the seeds of self-acceptance and forgiveness by writing affirmations and positive messages to herself, nurturing a healthier self-image. The third wisdom: the wandering breeze. The third encounter was by a cherry blossom tree. "Just as the breeze carries the fragrance of blossoms, your child will absorb your emotional energy," the old lady said. "Learn to recognize your emotions like gusts in the wind. When you're at peace, your child will breathe in tranquility, and when you're in turmoil, they will sense it. This awareness is a key to your growth." Amber began to practice mindfulness during her interactions with her child. She observed how her moods affected her baby's reactions. If she was agitated, her child would often become fussy. When she felt calm and present, her child seemed more at ease. Recognizing these patterns helped her maintain a peaceful and supportive atmosphere for her child. So whenever Amber noticed a shift in her mood, whether it was a moment of frustration, happiness, or sadness, she would pause, take a few deep breaths, and acknowledge her feelings. After each meeting, Amber felt more clarity. She started to feel more secure as a mother. She spoke with her husband and friends, She asked them how they viewed her as a mom, but also as a friend and partner. She got to know herself better, and understanding herself helped her discover who she was and wanted to become as a parent. The fourth wisdom, the bamboo grove. The next day, Amber found the lady near a grove of bamboo. "You see the bamboo, Amber? It bends but doesn't break. To be a good mother, you need both strength and flexibility. Just as bamboo finds balance between rigidity and adaptability, you must too. Embrace the duality of your nature." Amber acknowledged that being a good parent required both strength and flexibility. When her child tested boundaries or had moments of disobedience, she responded with gentle discipline while maintaining a sense of flexibility. She recognized that sometimes bending like bamboo and adapting to her child's needs was more effective than being overly strict. By finding a balance between structure and adaptability, Amber could teach her child the importance of both. For instance, if her child wanted to play longer before bedtime, she could accommodate this occasionally while still maintaining a structured routine most days. By finding a balance between structure and adaptability, Amber could teach her child the importance of both strength and flexibility. The fifth wisdom, the whispering stream. During Amber's next walk in the park, she saw the old lady beside a gentle stream. The lady almost immediately continued where she left off the previous time they met. The old lady said, "Water, like your life, flows continuously. Embrace change as the stream does. Life is a series of moments, some turbulent, others serene. Accept each moment as it is, and you will understand the flow of life within you." Amber learned to embrace the flow of life as it happened. She had moments of joy when her child reached milestones, but also moments of frustration when things didn't go as planned. By accepting these moments as part of the ebb and flow of life, she reduced stress and nurtured a deeper sense of self-acceptance. For instance, during mealtimes with her child, she could focus on the sensory experience of eating, savoring the taste, texture, and aroma of the food. This practice allowed her to embrace the present moment, just as the stream flowed continuously, appreciating the beauty in each moment. The sixth wisdom, the tranquil meadow. In their next encounter, the old lady told Amber to follow her. They sat together in a tranquil meadow. The lady smiled. "You've grown, Amber. Now picture this meadow as your heart. Tend to it with love and care. When you understand the landscape of your own heart, you'll know how to guide your child with kindness, compassion, and wisdom. Do you see?" With the understanding she had gained through these meetings, Amber focused on taking care of her own emotional well-being. She practiced self-compassion by being kind to herself in moments of self-doubt or exhaustion. By tending to her heart, she was better equipped to nurture her child's emotional growth, providing the love, kindness, and wisdom they needed. With each piece of advice, Amber felt herself growing stronger and more self-aware. The wisdom imparted to her felt of a Buddhist nature, which felt warm and familiar to her. It echoed the gentle, introspective teachings of mindfulness, compassion, and self-discovery. Amber now had the tools to know herself and to provide her child with the nurturing, supportive environment she had always longed for, ensuring a brighter future for them both. Amber developed as a parent each month and year and dealt with the challenges life throws at you as a parent, with grace and love, and she felt secure. The bond grew with her child stronger every day and felt strong and loving, safe and fun for both of them. Even though Amber went to the park every week, she never saw the old lady again, but thought about her very often.